Hey guys, thank you guys so much. It's amazing to see so many people watch my last video. I'm not sure how many of these I'll make, just because after a while the message does or can become a bit redundant or repetitive. But I definitely do want to talk about a few more things. There are definitely a few more topics I'd like to discuss. And if anyone wants me to talk about anything, please just let me know. Um, as you could tell by the title, this video is going to be about relationships. I really wanted to talk about this because relationships are one of those things where a lot of us, a lot of deep suffering can come from relationships. And so it's definitely something I want to talk about. And again, just like my last video, this is just me sharing my thoughts and my experiences on what I believe to be true on a deeper level. Um, Please just take what resonates, like I said, and just like leave what doesn't. Um, so the search for completion. I mean, again, like I said, these messages will start to get repetitive, and this is it all comes back to that, right? Most of us are carrying around this quiet belief that if I just find the right person, then I'll finally be okay. We don't say it out loud. We don't say it out loud, but it's in there. It's in the back of our heads. When we're swiping on Hinge, when we're going through heartbreak, when we get ghosted, right? Or like at 2 a.m. on a Saturday night when loneliness starts to visit again, right? We believe that there's someone out there who will complete us. That love is the answer, right? Love will save us from that basic innate feeling of lack that we carry. But like I said before, it's all sort of an illusion. Like, here's what I've learned, right? Like, the longing isn't for a person. The longing is for wholeness, right? To make you whole. And I don't believe in like the whole "you complete me" idea, and I'll talk about that later. But generally speaking, if something can give you completeness, you're also saying it can take its completeness away. That's not real wholeness, right? That's just dependency dressed up as love. And so, um, and so our partner becomes our last hope. For a lot of people out in the world, their last partner is their last hope. If they can't make us happy, then who or what can, right? If our partners can't bring us salvation, if they can't give us peace, happiness, enlightenment, then who or what can? I've done everything else, I don't have anything else, right? For many people, it's very true that the romantic partners are either the last hope or their only hope, right? If they can't make me happy, then who or what can, is what we tell ourselves, right? And it's all again based on the illusions of the world, right? We've always taught that there's this one, right? The one, we're supposed to find the one you're supposed to be the one, right? You promised me you'd be the one to make me happy, right? So why are you making me feel like this? And I don't think I, f- and I feel like it's our romantic partners in which we seek the most from, right? Often I don't feel like we realize how much we seek from our emotional partners or from our romantic partners, and how much it hurts when it doesn't feel like they're not giving it to us, right? That's why the smallest of arguments can lead up to like the biggest fights. Like, you didn't, take out the trash or clean the dishes. I hate you. I'm leaving you. Just because, like I was saying before, like, you were supposed to be the one to make me happy. So why are you making me feel like this? Right? The world promised that you'd be the one. Um, so why are you making me, upset? Right? So, and again, when they're not providing that to us, it's almost like we feel betrayed, right? Again, the same illusion that the world keeps selling us. Finally, something outside of me will finally be able to take or make the pain go away. But you know, a part of love is also it does come from that place of lack, right? Where a lot of the times we look to the other person to make us complete, right? To escape our loneliness, our sadness, our fear of abandonment. And again, here's what I want to touch up on. is the fear of loss and the idea of the other person completing you, right? Because if you're saying something can complete you, you're saying without you I'm incomplete. And it can become very dangerous, right? Because this can bring out a fear of loss, and the fear of loss is really where controlling, manipulation, possessiveness, all this come in, right? Because without you, I'm incomplete. So I'm going to do whatever I can to keep you, because keeping you means keeping my completeness. If I lose you, I lose my completeness, right? And so, all this behavior, all this toxic behavior, it comes from the root of it is this fear of loss, right? It's where all those things I was saying before, emotional manipulation, possessiveness, where we become anxious, even on smaller levels, right? We overthink every text. We're we're texting them 10, 15 things because we don't want to lose them, right? And it's almost like we're abandoning ourselves. We abandon ourselves to keep someone else from leaving us. We abandon ourselves to keep someone else from leaving us, right? And again, I just want to talk to people who are going into a relationship right now, who are like, who are going through loneliness, who are going through, a heartbreak or a hard time. You never really split up from anyone. You never really split up from anyone. The heart doesn't work like that. Once you've touched someone, and once you've been touched by them, once you've held someone, and once you've really been held by them, that really doesn't go away. There's still a relationship there, right? It may not look the same, right? But feelings are still there. Love is still there. Care is still there. You may not talk. It may be a different relationship, right? But in your heart, something still remains. And what we've really lost, what we've really lost, and why it feels so bad is because what we've really lost is a dream. This is how it feels like when a dream dies. A dream of how it was going to be, whether consciously or unconsciously. The hopes, the plans, the fantasy of a shared life. This is what dies in a breakup. This is the pain you're feeling. This is what it feels like when a dream dies. And it hurts because it was real to you. But you haven't lost anything real. You've just lost the story, right? The ache in your chest when you feel like it's got nowhere to go, just remember you are its home, okay? It just means that you're alive, okay? Sometimes, and I want to talk about what the mind does just for a brief second. So sometimes we don't want to be in this scene anymore, right? The mind wants to find an answer. It wants to rewind. It wants to fast forward. We want a way out, right? Especially when the ache is raw, when we're in the middle of, when the grief, the heartbreak, the longing, when that is first, when it's fresh, right? When we need ourselves the most, when we need ourselves the most, our mind is fast forwarding, rewinding, trying to find a solution in the past or a solution in the future, right? We were never taught how to stay with a broken heart. We were never taught how to sit with disappointment, So when it hurts, the mind kicks in. And again, the mind, it doesn't want you to feel like this. It's just trying to help you. It's saying, let's rewind. Let's fix this. And the greatest, is regret. Like maybe I've messed it up. Oh, I messed it up. The mind wants a time machine. If I could just go back and do it all differently, then I wouldn't be feeling like this. Then I wouldn't be feeling this way. But you can't change the past. The movie has already played, and the deeper truth is all of this becomes another form of rejection. It's another way of saying I shouldn't be feeling this, and that's what really hurts. It's the resistance to being here, right here and now, because the pain, the thing that lingers is that belief that if I could just get back what I had, then I'd be at peace, right? So, and maybe when we feel all these things, it's an invitation. It's an invitation for something that has always been a part of us to, for us to really sit with that pain and for us to really feel it. Because once you know, because once we start to really feel, you know, the ache in the chest, once we really start to sit with it, it just, you're gonna feel a little bit better. It's gonna feel better once you have all these realizations. And so, and I know I want to say this. It's okay, you know. It's okay to you know, to want to be in a relationship. Of course, right? We're all human. We crave connection. We ache when we're apart. We miss people. We dream of finding someone who's understands. It's a beautiful dream, right? Longing is a part of being human, and it doesn't mean that you're broken. So don't fight the ache. Like just let it move through you like water, like the weather, right? But on the deepest level, but on the deepest level, underneath all this longing, just remember that you are already complete. You just forgot, right? So if you're suffering now, if you're suffering in love, you know, you're not broken, you're not too much, you're not alone, right? You're just waking up to the truth that no one else can make you whole, but they can walk beside you while you remember who you are. And listen, I know that practically speaking, it's almost impossible not to feel some sort of completeness or attachment to the other person. I'm not some sort of robot. That's just, you know, it's a part of being human. But I'm saying, I'm saying feel with your heart, right? As you always should, you know. But on the deepest level, just don't forget. Just don't forget that the only thing that can truly bring you home is yourself. And again, this is what I'm starting to talk about, where the messages become redundant. You know, um, there's another video too I want to make, but um, that was it. That's all I have. Please, you know, thank you for listening. Take care of your heart. It's doing its best. Thank you for listening.